Hello guys, welcome to my this video, and in this JavaScript tutorial I will show you how to create countdown timer. So first of all I want to show you that is I had created this landing page in my all the previous tutorial. So if you want to create this type of landing page, so I will provide the playlist link in my description, so you can go to description and watch this all the tutorial and create this type of landing page. And yesterday I had created this base selling product which you are watching now. You can see this one, and the date, this one is static, but in this video just I will show you how can it dynamically. I mean the timer will be counted. Now you can see it's not counted, okay, but here I will show you the timer will start to count. Okay, so first of all I will show you the preview and then it will be clear to you that is what I will do in this video. So guys, here now you can see this seconds is start to count. You can see here 9, 8, 7, 6. This way this timer is counting. I mean how long it's valid this product. I mean this is the offer. You can see the product offer, so how long it's valid. So here when the second is completed, so the minute is less 1 and it's now 18, and again it start to count. So this countdown timer I will show you how you can create in JavaScript. Okay, so now for that I will open my Visual Studio Code editor, and this video will be most interesting. So guys, please like this video, and if you find this video is help to you, so you can subscribe my channel for getting this type of more videos. Okay, so now I will open my Visual Studio Code editor. So guys, here you can see I have opened index.html file and style.css, but here I don't need style.css file because here I will not add any design because design is already I created. Just here I will add the functionality and the timer will start to count. So here I don't need style. Okay, just I need index. And guys, here you can see I have already written some code, so and already written some CSS. So the HTML and the CSS code is for all the design, okay, which I made in previously, and that link I will provide in my playlist. So if you want to add, so you can check my this all the previous videos. Otherwise, just if you want to add the functionality, so you can do that. I mean you can watch only this tutorial also. So this best selling product design I have created start from here. Okay, this is the banner. I mean this one, this banner, and after that just below of this banner, this one is for best selling. So just all the HTML code I have minimized. Just I expand this best selling product design, this one, and here you can see this is 194 days, hours, minutes and second. You can see this days, hours, minutes and seconds. This is for this HTML code. Okay, and here just I will come to below. So here is my jQuery link and I will carousel link. So just here I will start to write all script tag, I mean the functionality. So here script tag, and but before that just here I have to show date, hours, minutes, second. Here just instead of this one is the static. You can see these are the static which it's showing now here. So for that here I have to be add the dynamical value. So just here all the places I will add an ID. So this one is for days, so I will write the ID is days. So if you didn't add the design, so you can just write a p tag and then ID days like this way, and just you can add the functionality, and this ID is for displaying the value. So that time this static value will not need it. Just this I will display the value in this ID by my functionality. Okay, and now here I will write an ID, another ID, that is hours, and here this one is for minutes, so I will write the ID is minutes, and this one is for second, so I will write the ID is seconds. But guys, here I want to clear you one thing, that is ID name, class name you can write as per your choice. So here you can write instead of days, you can write anything, you can write your name also. But for related this one, just I have added this id name is days, and this one hours, minute and second, and all the ids I will just add the value dynamically. So now the main thing, our functionality, and I will show you how you can do that. So I will scroll down, and just here I will write our functionality. Okay, so guys, first of all you have to be understand what is countdown date. So guys, suppose you have a product A, so I'm writing that is product and product name is A. Okay, just here I'm giving you the example what is countdown date, and then it will be more easy to understand how it works. Okay, so product A, and guys, you have a offer, that is if anyone purchase is within a 1 week, so you will give a discount, and from today to 1 week, like today's date is 22. Okay, and you are giving a offer for 1 week, like 22, 1 week means 7 days, so 22 plus 7, that means it's a 29 days, right? That because you are today is 22 and you are giving offer for 1 week, that means 29. So when the 29 days will come, so the offer will be expired. So how many days people have left for getting this offer? That is 29 minus 22, because the offer is still going on up to 29 days. I mean 29, this month is June, so 29, here I will write the month, so it will be more easy, and this one is 22 June. Okay, so offer is start from 22 June to 29 June, so that means people has left 7 days, right? 7 days has left for all the people to getting this offer. So that is actually countdown date. That means, so today is 22 June, so that means I left 7 days, I mean people has left 7 days for getting this offer, and tomorrow it will be 23 June, so 23, and the offer will expire 29 June, so it's left 6 days. Okay, 6 days, so that is actually countdown. So date is counting, like when it will be 23, so the date will be reduced, it's 1, it was before 7, and when it will come 23, so you will find that is the countdown date is 6. So that is actually countdown date, and it's a very important for showing the offer. Okay, because always we need to implement that in our project. So now guys, I will write the functionality how you can do that. So just I will remove, and I hope you have understand what is countdown date. So first of all, here I will write future date, and this is the variable. So variable name you can write as per your choice, but I have added the variable name related to this one, because here in this future date variable I will store future date. So first of all, here I will write the JavaScript pre-default method, that is new date, and this parenthesis. Okay, so if I print it in console, so first of all I will show you everything in console, and then it will be more understandable for you. And so inside this console, just I will paste this future date and save, and just I will open console. So this one is console. Okay, and now here I will just reload. So you can see today's date is coming here, so just I will increase the size, so you can see today's date is showing here. Okay, but this is future date, so how I can do that? So just here you have to be pass a future date. Okay, so future date here you have to be pass like this, just January, I mean the month. Suppose here I am adding the future date is January, I mean this offer will going on not for 1 week. Here I will this offer is for like a 6 month, like this. So January, this is 6 June, so I will offer this future like January 6, so this one, and here 2022. Okay, And guys, one more important thing, that is here you have to be write a time also, because date is not only the thing, here it's just time. I mean 6 January, when which time the offer will be expired. So like 6 January I want to expire the offer 3 p.m. so here you have to be write 24 hours format. So 3 p.m. means 15, and here you have to be write minute also. Suppose minute is 30, I mean 3:30 p.m. so that is 3 means 15, 30, and the second also I have to be right. So second is also 30 second. Okay, this is done. And now guys, I will just save and I will refresh. So here you can see now it's showing the future date which I set here. You can see January 6, 2022, 15, 30, 30. That is, you can see this is showing. So now from future date to current date I have to be add minus. I mean I have to be minus. So now I'm getting the future date, I mean where I want to set the offer. So this offer will going up to this date, and now here I will count today's date. So here I will write var and today date. This is the variable. Okay, so now here today's date means just this method new date, and this is JavaScript pre-default method. Here I am not writing any logic, this is pre-default method, so you have to be just remember this method. Okay, so new date means we get current date, and inside this new date, this parenthesis, if I set a date which we want to set, we can do that like this way. Okay, but if I write simply new date and parenthesis, then I will get today's date. So if I write new date and I store inside this variable, so if I paste here, save, and now refresh, so you can see I'm getting today's date like this. Okay, this is done. And now guys, so I have to be just subtract how many days is remaining for going this offer. So the date will be expire January 6 and today is 22, so I have to be just calculate how many date is need for expire. So for that we can minus future date to today's date. So like this way, here we can write another variable distance. Okay, so inside this distance variable we can just minus from future date to today's date like this variable. So that means just I will get the remaining date, I mean how many dates is remain for expiring this offer. Okay, because I hope you understand, so here I don't need to explain this one. And guys, here is the main thing, you can see the future date is showing like this. So that means if I minus future date to today's date, that means future date is this one. Okay, so just here I will write a inside and comment. So future date is this one minus and today's date. So today's date I am getting this one like this one. So guys, just you think, is it possible to minus this one to this value? I mean these are the string value, minus, add, multiply, we do always with a number, but here you can see this is the string character, Tuesday, January. So is it possible to add I mean to write a minus? So that time it will not be work. So for that, here this date, future date and today's date, I have to be convert it into a number. So how I can do that? So here I have to be convert into a millisecond. So milliseconds is a number. Okay, second is a number. You can see I have added second, 30 second. So these are the number. So that is I have to be convert into a second. So that means I will get the into a number. I mean if I convert this future date into a millisecond, that means I will get the number. And also if I convert this today days into a millisecond, that means I will get the number also. So I have to be convert all the date into millisecond. So how I can do that? So for converting millisecond, just here you have to be write get time. So that will convert millisecond. So future date now I have converted. So if I copy and if I paste this future date in console, so you will find not like this way, you will find it into a millisecond. You can see, so this is I'm getting a number future date, and the same thing if I write for the today's date, I mean this one here. So if I paste this today's date here and just I will refresh, so you can see today's date I am getting also a number, I mean millisecond. So now all the values, I mean future date and today's date, I'm getting a millisecond. So now if I minus future date to today's date, so I can do that and I will get into a millisecond. So if I print this one, so here I will get the remaining one using by the millisecond. So distance I'm getting here. So now here guys, just from this minus here I have to be calculate days, hours and minute and second. I mean I have to just extract this one. So how I can do that? So from this distance, because I get the distance how many days is remaining by in a millisecond. So from here just I have to be extract date, hours, minute and second. So how I can do that I will show. So now here I will write another variable, that is days, and inside this days variable I will write math.floor. So math.floor is also a pre-default method of JavaScript. So this method name you have to be also remember, and this is not a, I'm not writing any logic. Logic is only this one. This one is only logic up to how much I have shown here. So logic is this one, just minus. Otherwise everything is pre-default of JavaScript. Okay, and now in this floor method, so floor method what do? Suppose it's a point value 1.2. So floor method will make it round. I mean suppose if you pass this 1.2 value inside this floor method, so it will be give the output 1. That means it will just giving out you output that is round figure 1 like this. So if I add this millisecond value, I'm getting millisecond. So everything I will write in the floor method. So that means I will get round figure. So just floor method here distance, because from this distance, I mean remaining millisecond value here I have to extract days, because I have written this variable name is days. So inside this days variable I will store days. So how can do that? So distance divide parenthesis and here 1000 millisecond. Okay, and 60 into, just I will add space and into 60, because we know 60 minute is for 1 hour, 60 second is for 1 minute. So I will divide into 60 minute into 60 second, and it's a 24 hours. So that's why 24, one day it's on 24 hours. If I complete 24 hours, that means one day is complete. So that's why 24 hours. I mean in a 24 hours how many minutes and how many seconds we get? 1 minute, that means 60 second, 1 hour, that means 60 minute, and 1 second, that means 1 minute, that means 60 second. So in a 24 hours how much we get minute and second? So that's I calculate here. Okay, so that means I will get the days. So now if I just print these days in a console, so you will find it's a days, remaining days. You can see I'm getting 198 days. Okay, so same way just here I will extract the hours also. So the variable name just here I will change into hours and distance, but this calculation will be changed hours. So hours means here guys you have to be write this calculation like 60 60 24, this one is perfect, and just here you have to be divide 1000 into 60 into 60. Okay, this one, and guys here I will write a parenthesis, and here just I will change into percentage. So this calculation I will explain why I have written this one. Suppose guys, here just below this, here I will explain and it will be easy to understand, because everything we should understand, not a I mean read this code and put it in our project. We should understand. If we understand any language or any code, then we can solve any complex functionality. Okay, so guys, here distance means is remaining, and the percentage means what? Suppose guys, someone had given you to divide, like has given you divide 14 divide 3. So what will be the remaining? So 3 into 4, that is 12. So remaining is 2. Like if you divide 14 divide 3, so you will get remaining value 2. So that is guys, actually here I am getting 198 days. So days I am getting into a round figure. So suppose it's need, I mean just it will need the expire value, that is 190 days, and if it complete 24 hours, that means it will be a 1 days. So when it will complete 24 hours, so it will not show into the value, this value in a hour. So then this, if when it will complete hours, so it will be a 170 days, because a day countdown date is minus. Okay, so that will be 70 days, and remaining 24, I mean if it is 23, so that means it will be a hours. I hope you are understanding what I am trying to say here. When it is 23, I mean we need 23 hours, so that means it will be shown in hours. But when it will be 24, so that means just it will be a less value, that is 196, and again it will, hours will start to count from 23, like 23, 22, like this way. So when it will comes into a 0, I mean 24 hours will be completed, I mean first of all it will start to count from 24 hours. So 24 hours, then 23, 22, like this way. When a 24 hours completed, I mean 1 day will be completed, so that time the hours will start to count again from 24 or 23, like this way, and days one will be reduced, because 24 hours is completed, so that means 1 day is completed, so days will be reduced to 195 days. That is actually calculation, like here. So first of all, here in this calculation I am getting date, I mean day. So remaining value is hours. What I am trying to say here, when it's completed, so that time the days is, I mean when it will be completed 24 hours and it will 0, so the date will be reduced 194, and it will start to count again from 23. Okay, I mean 24 hours. So that actually this one. So remaining value is hours, minute and second. Okay, so here is the hours, so remaining value is hours. So that's why from distance, and in this calculation I am getting date, I mean days. Okay, so from this calculation, if I just return the output of remaining value, that means that is the hours. I hope you are understanding here. So from days, if I return the remaining value, like here percentage is return remaining value. If I write 14 percentage 3, so you will remain, that is 2, so that is remain value. So that's why from distance, I mean from this calculation I am getting the remaining value, and the how much remaining value, that will be our hours. Okay, and if it 24 hours, so that means it will be a day, because in within a 24 hours we complete 1 day. Okay, so that's why I have just written remaining value, and in this 24 hours, suppose I am getting remaining value is 23, so that means 23 will count hour. When it will again complete 0, I mean from it will start to count from 24 hours, and when it will complete 0, so then it will reduce one day, like it will be a 193. So like this one. So this is remaining value, and in these 23 hours how many minute and second we get, like, so here in hours we just get minute and second, because combination of minute and second we get a hours, right? So that's why here I am doing like this, okay, minute and second, because 60 minute means 1 hour and 60 second means 1 minute. So and the thousand is for millisecond, 1000 millisecond means 1 second. So everything I'm converting into a second, like this way. So after that I'm dividing it into, so I mean divide means what is the output, so output means that is remaining days. So this one is the calculation. So same way I will calculate for minute also and second also. So here I will write, I mean just I will copy, and I hope guys it's a clear how the calculation is working. And now instead of hours, here I will write the variable name is minutes, but you can write any name of this variable, but here just instead of days if you write the variable name is hours, so it would be not a related. And after your coding who will start to write code here, so that developer cannot understand what is the reason for writing this type of name. So that's why we should always write related names, like here I'm getting date day, so here I have written the variable name is day, like this, okay. And now minutes, so minute calculation will be like here distance percentage and 1000 into 60 into 60. So I will just remove this one, because in a minute we don't need to calculate 24, because 24 it's a hours. When I was calculating, so the days and I mean hours, so that time we calculate 24, but it's a minute, so we don't need to calculate into 24. Just here like this and divide it by 1000 into 60, because here because in a 60 second we get a minute, so in a 1 minute how much second, so that's why only second I am calculating. So same like here I will copy again, okay, I will copy again, and now I will paste, and here I will write the variable name is second, and here at the time to calculate second, just here I will just remove this one also, because in a second 60 second how much minute, so I mean in a 1 minute how much second, so that's why I'm just multiply into second, and after that divided into 60, and then just I will remove this one also. So this is done, and I will save. And now every ID, here I have written ID, you can see for the days, here I will put days, so I have added the ID name is days, hours, minutes and second. So for each ID I will store the each variable, I mean days ID I will store days, hours ID I will store hours, like this way. So just here I will write document dot get element by ID, and the ID name is, first of all I will just copy from here ID name, that is days, okay. So here I will write ID name is days, and inside this ID I will write inner HTML equals to this variable days. So that means in this ID I will get this one, and like same way just I will copy this thing, and here I will paste, and now here I will write the ID name is hours, because I have, remember you can see here the ID name is hours, minutes and seconds. So like this way hours, and in this hours ID just I will assign this hours variable, and again I will copy paste, and the ID name was means, I have remember, so I will not go there and copy, just means, and in this means ID here I will store this minutes, and again I will copy this one, paste, and ID name was seconds, and here I will store this variable seconds, okay. So now I will save, and just I will close this one and refresh. So here you can see it's showing it's remaining 198 days, 2 hours 90 minutes 37 seconds. So now it's not a static. Okay, you can see here it's 194, but when I set the future date this one, so it's a dynamic, that is 198 days and 37 second. But guys, thing is that here the second is not counting. When I will, now you can see it's a 37 second. So now when I will refresh, then you can see it's remaining 2 seconds, but at the moment it's not counting and not refreshing this second. Okay, so when I'm reloading again, if I reload, so you can see again it start to 51 seconds because 2 seconds is completed. So again 51, if I refresh, so you can see it's now 44 seconds, and this way when the 44 second will complete, so that time you will get it will be a 17 minutes. So like this, but the counting I have to be do auto refresh. I mean when I'm refreshing, so that time you can see I'm getting the content, but I have to be do it auto refresh. I mean people don't have to be refresh all the time for just watching this how many days remaining for this offer. So for that guys, here we can do like that. Every method, I mean here everything we can write instead a method that's called set interval. So here I will write a method name that is set interval. So that means every if how many value I will put inside this set interval, so that is every that value page will be refreshed. If I say simply, page will be refreshed. So set interval, if I just again I'm showing, okay, so here just again I'm showing this one, just simply I have to be type set interval and you can see enter. So it's showing all the method and it's a callback. Okay, it's a callback method, you can see. So just this syntax you have to be right. Method name is set interval and it's a arrow function I have used, so that's why parenthesis, and you can see here like this. Okay, and inside this method just I will put all the value. Okay, this one, and I will remove this console because I don't need that console. So inside this set interval method, just look at this one, I will put everything, and this is the interval. I mean after how many time you want to refresh your page. So here I want to refresh my page after every second because it's counting a second. When every second I am counting, and when the second will be complete, so that time the minute will be reduced. So counting actually I am a second. So 1 second means 1000 milliseconds. So here you have to pass a value as a millisecond, right? Not a second. So here I will pass 1000 millisecond. 1000 millisecond means 1 second. So every 1 second the page will be refreshed. So that time I will get the count of second, because second counting as a second. So if our page is refreshed every second, so that time I will get the count of second. Like now it's a 4 seconds suppose. So when I will refresh, it will be a 3 second. I mean after 1 second if I refresh, so it will be a 3 second. So that's why every second I want to refresh our page, and 1000 millisecond means 1 second. So now I have written that, and just I will paste all the code which I cut from there. So this one is the done, and now save and refresh. So you can see it start to count 13 because every second our page is refreshing and I'm getting the new remaining date values like this one. So this is actually done, and I hope you have understand. Okay, and then now the another thing, suppose guys our date is expired, I mean it's completed 198 days, and every time I mean now our future date is this one. Okay, so this one just I will align it perfectly like this. So our future date is January 6, this one, and today's date is 22 June. So that's why it's a remaining date for up to offer. But guys, suppose if I complete today's date, I mean this date, so that means offer is expired. So how I can show the people the offer is expired? Okay, so for that I have to be just stop this interval. So how I can do that? So like guys, here I will write this set interval method in a variable. So var, and this method I will write inside a variable. So the method name will be like expire. Okay, this one. So this set interval I have stored into this expire variable. So here it's another function, that is clear interval. So guys, here I will write inside this one, just I will write like if condition. So if and distance, I mean this variable. So the distance value, when suppose now I'm getting the distance was in a millisecond I was showing, and the millisecond value is 0 because it's a expired date. So I mean the distance is 0. First of all the distance will be millisecond, like this value, and after that when the time will just increase, I mean the offer value will be decreased, so that time the distance will be 0, like this. So here I will write a condition, that is if distance is less than 0, so that time this set interval method I have to be stopped. So how I can do that? So the method is a clear interval. So here I will write a method, that is clear interval, and it's a very simple parenthesis. And what method I want to just stop, that is expire, because in this expire I have stored this set interval method. So I will copy this one and paste. So that means when our date will be when we will need I mean when we don't have to be any remaining date, so that time the method will be expired, I mean it will stop to count down, that is clear interval. Okay, this one. And now when our expire date will be expired, so you can show error message, I mean expiry message to user also, like this way. You can write here document dot get element by id, and suppose any id name you inside an any id name, like just here this id name is days, I mean this one. Inside this days id, that means it will be show the expire message here. Okay, so in this days id you can write like inner dot html equals to offer is expired. Okay, like this you can write. So it's a very simple thing, just you have to be understand the calculation. Okay, so now if I refresh this one, so if when the offer will be end, so you will find it's a finish. So here I will show you that how it will be looks like. So guys, you can see today now time is 13:19 and date is 22/6, this one. So just if I change the future date, so it's a June. So if I write June and today's date is, that is 22, so 22 and it's a 2021, and here I will, if I set the time is 13 and this one is 20, and if I write the second is 00, I'm not a 2021. Okay, so now if I write just 1 minute is left to stop our offer. So if I refresh and when offer will be end, just 1 minute is remaining, you can see 22. So just wait and watch, when the second will be end, so you will find the expiry message in the days value. So you can see, just wait and watch. So it's just remaining 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, like this, 4, 1, 0. So you can see it's showing offer is expired, like this here. So this message just for showing purpose I have shown here, but any places you can show, here, anywhere you can show, but you can see you can do like that. Okay, it's automatically it will show the offer is expired, like this. Okay, so I hope guys you have understand this one and you have enjoyed this video. So now here just I will do the same, I mean previous one, the future date I have to be set. Okay, so this one, and here I will not show the offer value, so I mean expiry thing, just for showing purpose I had shown you. and I hope you have understand, guys. And if you find this video is helpful, so guys, don't forget to like this video, and you can share this video also who need that. So you can do that, and please subscribe my channel and press the notification bell icon to get more this type of video update.